of the biggest issues that I have about funds are costs and returns. And this is a central point about investing. Are you spending too much money to maintain that flat of yours so that your returns go down? Are you going to get enough of returns from that flat to justify spending that money? That's on real estate. Same thing about stocks. Mutual funds charge you 1.9, 2.3, 2.7, 2.8. It varies every year, whether you make money or not. So if you put them on, give them a lakh of rupees, you're going to be charged 2.8% of that every year, or 2.3% of that every year. The fund is very large, the charges are a little less, whether you make money or not. This cost drags down the returns. Let me explain how it works. Now, this is the growth of a 10 lakh portfolio over 5 years post-cost. Okay. Between a stock portfolio and a mutual fund portfolio, I have assumed returns which are identical. And yet, if you notice, the stock portfolio has hugely outperformed the mutual fund portfolio, or the same rate of return. Doesn't matter what the rate of return is. Maybe it is 15% or so. You would notice something quite interesting. There are 4 legends there. Stock portfolio, how much is the value? Mutual fund portfolio, how much is the value? Trading and demand charges, mutual fund expenses. I have only 3 on the chart. Where is the 4th one? So the 2 portfolio values are there, mutual fund expenses are there, but the 4th one, which is trading and demand charges, just doesn't register in the chart. It is so little. 2.3% impact can be gauged not only with the bar chart, but with an alternative, with the option of buying stocks and noticing that it doesn't pinch you anywhere. I can't even register it in the chart. It's so little, roughly 2,000 rupees per annum. Now, where is the funds? Where do the funds become expensive? Gross return is about 17%. Let's say fees are about 3% or so, and net return is about 14%. Now, this is a yearly cost of a 10 lakh portfolio: 23,000 and 2,000. All right. If you take this same story over a 25-year period, 31 lakhs goes in mutual funds and only 52,000 in stocks. Impact of cost. If you put these costs in the fund, what happens? We try to correlate returns and costs. Do funds which charge you higher costs, do the returns go down or not? That would be a very nice example, very nice way of correlating. And this is exactly what has happened. If you see this is how the costs go up, and if you see how the returns go down. Just check. I'd mentioned that I'm going to come back to the issue of professional management, which I said is not such a strong reason by itself to buy funds. This is a 5-year return of 168 schemes which were there 5 years ago, as on 30th April 2015. This is a real life story of what actually can happen. Not this fund or that fund, but across the board what could happen to funds. Top 15 schemes gave you a return of 21%. All the schemes on an average, immediately the return drops to only 13%. The average of all the schemes. Bottom 15 schemes minus 5%. Same period. 5 years, 168 schemes. 168 schemes have 168 fund managers. And all of them are IITIM and all of that, from top 168 jobs only. Okay, there are fund managers. Everybody wants to be a fund manager. All financial analysts want to manage money. That's the dream. And only 168 jobs in a nation of 1.25 billion people. And see the variation between them. All of them are owned by top quality companies, quality owners. It could be foreign, Indian, doesn't matter. It could be JP Morgan, could be LIC Nomura. Nomura is a giant. One of those will be probably Nomura. Now, they're all the same, and you meet them, they're all very smart people. They know exactly what to do. They're fantastic with spreadsheets. Excel is like so easy for them. And yet, this every time when I look at this variation, I ask myself, how is an average person going to believe if he has bought some of those by listening to X or Y? Because there are multiple ways one can get advice. You can get advice by somebody on TV, by reading, a friend, anything else other than your own hard work, right? So if somebody had bought any of those funds in this area, he'd never buy stocks in his life. So professional management is not something that I would pay too much of a premium on. Yes, I would pay premium for performance, which, as I said, go